Hello guys, I'm Ruby Hennes Dum Jingan Anak Chadum from DPM1B. I will talk you about which transaction will be on Sochi or SOFP. We start from the top transaction for Toys R Us Asia. For the first, it is opening stock 1st January 2019 is on Sochi. Purchase is on Sochi. Sales is on Sochi. Return on Sochi. Purchase tag is on Sochi. Wage is on Sochi. Salaries is on Sochi. Insurance is on Sochi. Rental receive Sochi. Stationery Sochi. Bad debt Sochi. Interest on loan Sochi. Building SOFP. Land SOFP. Motor vehicle SOFP. Loan from bank SOFP. Account receivable SOFP. Provision for debt full debt SOFP. Account payable SOFP. Cash in hand is on SOFP. Cash at bank on SOFP. Drawing SOFP. Capital is on SOFP. Thank you. So it will like this.
Hello everyone, I'm Lai Chi. For today, I'm going to talk about the practical work 2, and my part is Sochi part, which is from the name of the company until revenue. Before we start to do our question, let us go through the formula first. The most important thing is we must remember to write the business name, and the below of the business name we have to write statement of comprehensive income, which is Sochi, for the year end. After we write the business name and statement of comprehensive income for the year end, we prepare 3 columns for calculation and 1 column for our adjustment. Okay, for now, let us go through the question. The name of the company. Refer to the formula, we must write the business name first. Look at the question. So our business name is Toy Rush Asia. Then we write it for the first line, and the second line we can copy it from the question. Here, you are required to A. Compute the net income of Toy Rush Asia by preparing. Start from here. Statement of comprehensive income for the year end 31st December 2019. Copy at the second line. Then we prepare for 3 columns for our calculation. Then 1 column for our adjustment things. Refer to the formula. The first step, we have to calculate our sales. So the amount for sales is 300,100, and the sales return you can get from debit side, which is 200. After you get sales and sales return, you can calculate for your net sales. So how to calculate? 300,100 minus with 200, you can get the net sales amount, which is 299,900. We got the net sales. We go through for the COGS. Then we have opening stock from our equation, 45,000, and the purchase 50,000. Purchase return, we have return. Look at the credit side, we have 150. So how to calculate net purchase? It is same with the net sales. We use purchase minus with purchase return, then we can get net purchase. This is the calculation for net purchase. Then after we get the net purchase, we have to plus purchase expenses. So look at the formula. Our purchase expenses have wages, packing, import duty, insurance, and too many. From our equation, we have wages, purchase tax, these two only. Write down the amount for wages and purchase tax in the first column, because it will make your calculation easier for calculate for the purchase cost. Then total up our net purchase with wages and purchase tax, you can get purchase cost. Let us calculate together. 49,850 plus 440 plus 100. Yes, you will get the purchases cost 50,390. After found the purchases cost, we have to calculate for cost of goods available for sales. So how we get this? We use purchases cost plus opening stock. Then we can get the amount for cost of goods available for sales. So let us calculate for the cost of goods available for sales. 45,000 plus 50,390 equal to 95,390. Yes, this is the amount for cost of goods available for sales. So after you get this, how can we get the cost of goods sold? We use the cost of goods available for sales minus with the closing stock. For closing stock, you can find the closing stock from edition information 1. Closing stock on 31st December 2019 was this one, 10,000. So our cost of goods available for sales, we minus with the closing stock, which is 10,000, you can get 85,390. This amount is for our cost of goods sold, which is found the COGS. Then we use the cost of goods sold, this one, we minus with the net sales, you can get gross profit. So we use net sales 299,900 minus with cost of goods sold 85,390. Then you can get gross profit. See? Then we use the gross profit amount to plus with the revenue. So for the revenue, let us look at the creation revenue. So our revenue rental receipt. Okay, it just rental receipt. Then look at the addition information. 3. Rental which is not being received amount 200. So you have to total up the 200 with the rental received from trial balance, which is 550. So either you not been received yet, but it is also calculated for your income. That's why we have to total up 550 with the 200 ringgit. So our rental receipt is 750. After that, we use gross profit total up with the revenue, then we can get this one. This is for our income. Okay, that's all for my part. Thanks for watching.
Hello madam, I'm Odisha Holly Sindhi from DPM1B or DPM1 section 2. I'm going to explain practical work Toy R Us Asia Statement of Comprehensive Income for the year ended 31 December 2019. So I'm going to explain Sochi, and under Sochi I'm going to explain expenses. So my previous member, she got 214,510. So we're gonna use that later on our net profit. So I'm going to explain here. So we already drew out which one is under expenses, both in trial balance and additional information. And the one that I highlighted here is from additional informations, and the rest are from trial balance table. So salaries is 6,700, and then we have insurance, which is the original insurance is 200, but in additional information, question 2, it says here that accrued insurance was 200, so we have to add another 200, and we got 400 in total. So what is accrued? Accrued means sum of money received in regular or increasing amounts over time, so we have to add it in here. And we also have stationaries. So not to confuse with the prepaid asset stationaries. Over here, unless you're using stationery in your daily business, then you have a stock, and you have a stock of it until it used up, it is an asset. But if it's already used, like already been used, so it became expenses. Since stationery is usually a small amount, it's expenses right away. So we have stationaries for 570, and then we have bad debt, which is 200. We also have interest on loan, which is 1,000. So we have depreciation for building, and it says here is additional information number 4. So the original building is 300,000, and from the additional information sets, building and motor vehicle is depreciated at the rate of 10% on cost. So that means we have to times 10%. So we get this 30,000. Okay, yeah. So we got 30,000. And Also, in the same additional information question, it says that motor vehicle is depreciated at the rate of 10% on cost, which is we did the same. We just do the same thing as the building. We just times 10 with the original motor vehicle, and then we get 15,000. So, why depreciation is in expenses? So, the reason why depreciation is under expenses, it is because it is a reduction in the value of an asset over time, due in particular to wear and tear. So that's mean it became expenses because you have to change the price. The purpose to record depreciation under expenses, it is because it is to spread the initial price of the asset over its useful life. So that's how we got 30,000 and 50,000 in our expenses. So next we have provision for doubtful debt, and this is coming from our trial balance table, but since it has additional information about this, which is provision for doubtful debt 1% on account receivable balance. So that's mean we have to times the 1%. So the 10,000 times 1%, then we got 100. So the reason why doubtful debt is under expenses, it is because doubtful debt is an account receivable that is probably going to go unpaid and might become a bad debt at some point in the future. So what is a bad debt? So bad debt means a debt that cannot be recovered. So that's why it's under expenses. And then we go to the net profit. So before we want to get our net profit, we have to add all of this, and then we got 53,970. From up here, we have to minus expenses. So we have to minus expenses. So we minus this number minus this number, then we have net profit. So that's how it is. Thank you. morning. Today I want to present about statement of financial position. So first, owner equity. Under owner equity is capital, net profit, drawing. First, 298,410. For net profit, 161,290. For drawing is 5,000. So this capital should plus with net profit and minus drawing, so the total is 454,700. So next, long-term liability. For long-term liability is loan from bank, which is 100 and 1,000. For current liability, account payable, accurate expenses, insurance from additional information, and total liabilities and capital. For account payable is 500. For accurate expenses is 200. For insurance is 50,000 and 200. For total liability and capital is 604,900. Last but not least, total liability and capital should balance with total asset. Thank you.
Hello guys, my name is Muhammad Afizadi from DPN section 2. Today I want to talk about additional information in Toys R Us. The first of additional information is closing stock. The closing stock in 31st December 2019 is 10,000, and the second of additional information is accrued insurance. The in question is the accrued insurance was 200. So during this 200 plus 200 is because in SOFE the insurance always have that is in debit, so it was revenue, and it was revenue, so it was we not yet pay, so it was increased to 400. In third additional information is rental. The question is rental which not been received amount 200, which mean is people rent our shop, so they pay the in SOFE already have, which is 550, and the amount have not been received is 200, so we plus 7, so it is equal 750. In the four of additional information is building and motor vehicle is depreciated at rate of 10% at cost. So in SOFV it already have building is 300,000, so the depreciation is 10%, so this equal is 30,000 after depreciation. And the motor vehicle depreciation is 10% also. So in SOFV already have 150,000. So the depreciation after that is 15,000. The last additional information is provision for doubtful debt, 1% on amount receivable balance. This is the calculate from the SOFP. The account receivable is 10,000. So we the amount after we provision of doubtful debt after 1% is 100. So we minus that 10,000 minus 100 is equal 900 and 9,900. So this is the initial information of the Toys R Us. So that's all for me. Thank you for watching.